Mark, coming out of the third quarter break, you guys go on that 8-0 run. Just what did you see from the group? What did you feel coming out of the huddle there as those guys, got the job done in that section?
Yeah, we didn't play our best game. Both stuff we could control, and then I thought we caught a little bit of a nice rhythm and missed some good looks, especially at the end of the third. And then that group to start the fourth, we just kind of hung in the game and worked the game a little bit. I give K. Rich a lot of credit because he gave us a huge lift with his defense on Avdia in the fourth quarter. He was pressuring him, gave him a different look for us, and he gave us big minutes. So it just goes to show, it could be anybody on any night at any point in the game. And that group, for that first few minutes of the fourth, that really set a tone for the rest of the game.
I think it's 121 free throws combined over the last two games for you all. How do you manage to find any sort of rhythm when the games are like that?
I mean, can't control the officiating and how the games get called, so we control what we can. There's plenty inside the game that we can't control. I thought Avdia tonight shot 23 free throws, and anytime that happens to us, we're going to look in the mirror first. That's the reality. We could have done a lot better on him in terms of executing our plan, putting him more of a crowd. He was on an island a lot of the night, especially in the first half, and you got three officials staring at him when that's the case. And so they went and got a lot of plays tonight, but we're going to try to control what we can, and let the chips fall where they may.
Isaiah Joe had, I think, 3 made triples in his first 3 minutes of action. Obviously, he's a great shooter, but can you speak to just his ability to find those open spots on the field? It seems like he's always on the move until he finds that.
Yeah, he gave us a huge lift because the game, we kind of started in the mud, both teams, and we got a little bit of separation when he went in the game with that little flurry, and he kind of padded a lead for us that it slipped by the end of the half, but it was probably the difference between being down 1 at halftime and being down 12 or something like that. So, he gave us a good lift. I mean, that's what you need when the game's not perfect, is you need individual guys to go in there and make something happen. I thought he did that there. I thought Wiggs gave us nice minutes at the end of the third, start of the fourth. AJ, obviously, K. Rich. I thought we got lifts from different guys throughout the night.
What made Denny so challenging to contend with 3.5 quarters that you guys were playing?
Yeah, Avdi is a really good player. He's proven that this season. He's a great driver. He's got all the tricks in terms of punishing you when you're not legal. He's very, very difficult to cover. I thought we did a really good job in Oklahoma City. He shot 3 free throws, and we really held him in check. And I thought a lot of it was game plan. He didn't play his best game, but our game plan was sharper that night than it was tonight. And when you kind of get off the plan like that, those guys can make you pay, and the whistle was obviously tighter tonight, and so that helped as well. But we obviously got to be better, against a player like that. But he's a load.
Is tonight an example again of your team just trying to find a way to win a game?
Yeah, we never take a win for granted, and every game presents different challenges. The challenge tonight was generating our own energy, fighting through kind of a muddy start. And staying with the game, even though it wasn't a perfect game. And I thought a lot of guys did that individually. I thought Chet was a great example of that. I thought his second half was really forceful after being just okay in the first. I thought Dub, got in the game as the game went on. Shea, obviously, down the stretch was really good and wasn't his best night. So a lot of guys showed individual resilience, and then collectively, like I said, we showed the mental toughness to just stay with the game and let the game turn for us.
Anybody else for Coach? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach.